Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew. Here's Coach Lew.
Hey guys, welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Lew. It is Monday morning. We are midsummer right here, guys. And last week we talked about the midsummer to keep the momentum going, right? Well, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the midsummer because it's hot outside, baby. Remember the old Christmas song, "It's Cold Outside, Darling," or whatever it was? And everybody got all up in arms about it. For not everyone, but a few people got up in arms and it was provocative. Oh my Lord. Okay, well, what's provocative is this heat. It is hot this summer, and we're getting out there and sweating our guts out. So I just want to go over some stuff, some basic health stuff with you guys, to make sure that we are really on board, okay, to make sure that you get through your summer safely, you enjoy your summer, and, just some tips. I figured this is a great time to do one of my little H1 type of shows this morning, just kind of focusing on your summer health, okay? And the funny thing is, as we talk about it, we say, how cold is cold? Ice cold. Remember that old song in the 80s or something? But, cold can be good or cold can be bad. When is cold bad? When you catch one and you're like, "Oh, I'm sick. I'm sick. I got a cold." Well, let me ask you a question. So on that note, what gets you sick? Why do you get a cold? Well, some people said, "I got a chill." Okay. That doesn't necessarily give you a cold. I was around someone who was sick. Okay, you were around the virus. Okay, well, that's a chance that, okay, that could give you a cold. I was stressed out and tired. Well, how about the perfect storm of all the above? Let's take an example real quick here. One person gets a chill, gets damp or rained on, and then goes in an air-conditioned building, gets around somebody who's sneezing and coughing, and they're stressed out and tired, and they've been eating a lot of sugar, and they get sick. That's person A. They get deathly sick. Person B gets a chill, gets rained on, same day, coming in the same office, comes around that person who's sneezing and coughing, same amount of contact, working in the same room, but they've got their stress managed, they've been resting well, they're eating very clean, they're exercising, they're doing some other hormesis type of things in their body, and you're like, "Hormesis?" We're going to get into that in a minute. And they don't get sick. Oh, they must not have gotten close enough to the germ. They must not have gotten chilled. No, how about we look at the reality of what makes a difference whether you get sick or not. You are exposed to pathogens every day, guys. You are probably exposed to adverse conditions where, you go from the heat to the cold or something, and, stuff like that. So just remember that it's not always... Why is anti-lag triggered? Okay. If you guys had a moment there where it wasn't so strong, this shouldn't be at all. We shouldn't be anti-lagging. Anyway, yeah, not with the amount of money we pay for internet push each month. We should have no lag on our streaming. So anyway, that was a little alert on our studio software that told me that we got some yellow lights on. So God willing, I'm not going any of that stuff this morning to you. But the real difference is you go, well, what is the difference? The difference is your inner environment. Quick story for you. Back in New York City, some point at some time, and I don't even remember what year it was, they had a trash strike. And, the trash guys were not collecting trash. So, New York is pretty trashy. There's a lot of trash going out. There's restaurants everywhere, and the city was overflowing with trash everywhere on the sidewalks. And they had a bunch of rats. Okay. So, in the process of having all these rats show up, would it be safe to say your body being unhealthy, not cleansed, not eating clean, not taking care of yourself, brought the rats? Not that the rats brought the trash. The rats being, like in that case, the virus. Okay, the virus, yeah, the rats are there. The virus is there all the time, but the fact of whether it overtakes your system is how strong your immune system was at that time, your stress levels, etc. Makes sense, right? Okay, so I'm not going to go super in depth into all that today, and we're not going to talk about getting sick and that. You might say it's summer, people don't get sick that much. You'd be surprised. So what could you do to strengthen your immunity? And I think this is an important conversation we're having today. What could you do to strengthen up your immunity? Well, you could eat clean, organic foods more often, preferably raw. You could definitely exercise regularly. You most certainly could take that stress level down or find stress relief. Okay, if you can't reduce, relief. What do you mean relief? Massage, meditation, a good walk in the woods, doing something fun. Maybe you play guitar and that de-stresses you. Those are the type of things I'm talking about. Get rid of those stresses that eat your immune system. Don't drive through Star Schmucks and smoke a dirty coffee with whipped cream barreling out of it in the morning. That drink right there drops your immune system by 50% for 5 hours. Now, do you think when you get near that person going, that virus isn't going to go, oh yeah, weak immune system? Of course it is. Where if you maybe had a good, healthy, organic coffee at home in the morning with some coconut oil in it and organic cream or whatever, and a good, healthy breakfast, that virus might go in and your immune system goes, I'm strong, done, gotcha, taken care of, out of here, see you later, bye-bye. Okay, so got this? Pretty simple stuff, guys. Number 4, hormesis. And you're like, what-is? Who, what? Hormesis is the calculated exposure to good stressors on your body. And you might be like, good stress? I thought we're saying, Coach, that stress is not good. Okay, yes, like exercise, hot and cold therapy, anything that challenges your body to function at full capacity and step out of its range is what I'm talking about. So absolutely amazing, right? So it's a cool concept that's really, if you do some research on it, you'll go, wow, okay. Again, I'm not going to get super in-depth into that today, into the workings of it. I just want you to know it exists, because what I really want to talk to you about today is this thing called cold therapy. Ice baths, cold plunges. This is what I'm talking about. It is the buzzword lately. And the thing is it's worked a lot longer than it's been a buzzword, okay? So the first thing I got to tell you is before you do any cold plunging or ice baths or ice splashes, check with your doc, your medical professional, somebody you trust, not one that's going to go, oh, that's hokey pokey, don't do it. I'm talking about somebody that tells you, if I'm telling you don't do this, it's because you have a physical condition where you can't handle it, not that, oh, that doesn't work. So many Western doctors are so, and I have a good friend that's a major, emergency surgeon type doctor. Just, oh, you and your natural healing stuff, he tells me. Now, God forbid something drastic ever happens to me where I'm seriously injured or something. I want him to be the one to get me stable. But beyond that, I'm going to heal with natural, good remedy, not drugs all the time. Now, there are certain drugs in this world that are life-preserving, that certain people have conditions, if they don't take the medication, they die, okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, type 2 diabetes is amazingly self-brought on. Very few people become diabetic because of a malfunction in the body, and that's usually the type 1. I'm going to tell you the way it is. Most people give themselves diabetes by the way they treat their bodies, okay? There's always the few that, you're going to have that example where my Uncle Joe had it and he didn't do nothing wrong, okay? But the masses, the other 99%, it's lifestyle, dietary, and the way they've treated their bodies that trigger this type of thing, okay? So what I'm going to talk to you about here is I'm going to talk about the cold plunges. They're great for circulation, mood, immune response, and many, many other areas, okay? So cold plunges, aka ice baths, they involve immersing your body into cold water at a temperature of 59 degrees or below, okay? See, and a lot of people think they're really uncomfortable. And oh my God, I'm going to sit in there and shake and I'm going to scream and moan the whole time. In the post that goes along with this, and I might be able to get it into the chat here this morning, I did I did 6 minutes, and I had, it's a short that I did. And Jen filmed it, discussing, some of this stuff. But I'm able to have a conversation while I'm sitting in this cold water. The key to it is, don't move. The more you move around, the more your skin senses the cold. You get in there and you get this feeling of energy, and it just explodes within you, and you come out and you're truly awake. So I'm going to tell you a story how I started doing this. So I've been, people like Wim Hof, Tony Robbins, all talk about doing this. And, Tony's got a cold plunge at one house, an ice cold river at another, and he goes out and jumps in there. And my initial thought of a cold plunge was you jump in, you get right back out. So I decided I'm going to start doing this because, it's kind of dragging ass in the mornings. So what I did is I would take this big old thing. It's like this big old tin thing with handles on the side, fill it up with ice, put some water in it. When I get out of the shower, dip my face in there as long as I could hold my breath, because that stimulates you to wake up. And I go back in the shower and dump it on over myself. Woohoo! Totally wide awake, best feeling in the world. Initially, I was like, oh, I don't like this. Then I got to a point where I'm like, I can't wait to do this. This is where I start my day. This is where my real day, the real me starts. And I'm like, well, how cool is that? So I did it for a while, and then I'm like, well, I'd really like to take it to the next level, because apparently the cold plunge is not just in and out. You stay in for a few minutes, and I tried the cryotherapy, which I liked, where you stay in 2-3 minutes in the very negative temperatures. But I didn't love that the gases that they use were floating up around your face, and and you had to drive to the place to go do it. So I bit the bullet and ordered this cold plunge, because there are thousands, to buy these cold plunge setups. I find one that's less than $200, and I'm like, well, it can't be that great, but hey, for $200, I'll try it. Well, I get it. I love it. I'm doing it with the ice. Boom. So I'm going to get back to that in just a second, but I want to go over what the benefits real quick of cold plunging is. Now you might go, okay, I'm out of here. He's going to do a commercial for some cold plunge thing. I'm going to tell you where you can get it at the end, but you can fill your bathtub up with ice and water and a temperature thing. This is not about me selling you something. This is about me getting you to do something that's going to change your life for the better. I.e., again, I am not a doctor. Get your doctor's clearance. There are certain people with certain severe health illnesses, and usually it's pretty severe stuff, that should not cold plunge. So make sure And if your doctor just goes, oh, that's hokey, don't do it, you go into the wrong doctor. If your doctor tells you, hey, you have a weak heart and it could give you a heart attack or something, or you have this or that going on and this is a real concern, listen to your doctor. But they gotta have a reason. They can't just say, oh, just don't do that, it doesn't work, or this or that. If that's your doctor, find a new doctor, please. Okay, so number one thing it does is it reduces inflammation, especially in the muscles, but also in your joints. I had noticeable change. I have a hand injury, and I don't know if you can see this middle finger's crooked. It's been broken a few times, and the tendon's grown wrong, and so forth, and have a little tendonitis in the arm. Well, this has helped this amazingly because I was walking around doing this, okay, because that finger wouldn't close. Improved circulation, it pushes the blood to your organs, which gives you a spring load of nutrient and oxygen to your organs. And then when you warm back up afterwards, which is something that most doctors that are studying this, and I agree, you get in the warm shower afterwards. You warm your body back up, and then you vasodilate, where your blood vessels are actually more open, which allows for better blood flow, which obviously, and this isn't me speaking woo-woo, this is doctors saying when your blood vessels are less constricted, your blood pressure goes down, okay? Serious enhancements in your immune cells. Okay, your immune response, there's studies all over the place that have been done by colleges and medical boards and everything else that it does stimulate your immune system. Increased metabolism, I gotta say yes, okay, because it turns that white fat into brown fat that generates heat and is easily taken for calories and takes up less room. So, stress reduction, boom. Why? It stimulates endorphins. It makes you feel good. The same thing exercise does. You can't help but feel better when you get out of that cold water, because you're in freezing cold water. You get out, you warm up, you feel better. Makes sense. But it really does. No, it physiologically transforms that too, not just mentally. But your mental well-being, your clarity and focus and alertness, holy crap. I did mine already this morning. I've already been through my morning routine by the time we do this. So, boom, rocking and rolling, guys. Okay. The other thing is it moves your lymphatic system, which normally you have to. The only things that move the lymphatic system, because your blood system has a heart to pump it, your lymphatic does not. So, cardio exercise, bouncing on a rebounder, and jumping in cold water moves the lymphatic, which is your sewage system, which gets rid of the garbage. Okay? Now, potential pain relief. Yeah, we talked about that. It reduces inflammation. So it really does help. So there's tons of health benefits. Again, please check with your doctor prior to doing it just to make sure. Most people are fine with it, but there's a few that have certain diseases that it could, cause a negative effect, and we never want to put you into a situation where something I tell you is irresponsible. No, I'm going to be responsible. So you got the big question, Coach, doesn't it suck to jump into cold water? No, it's refreshing. I'll tell you what, about 7 seconds you feel cold, and then you go into this state of relaxation. But there's a key I'm going to share with you if you're going to do cold plunging. Don't get in there and go, don't breathe like a dog panting. Short, deep, slow breaths. Like 4 breaths a minute is what I do while I'm in there. You might do 5. Do a timer. Make sure you have a temperature gauge in there too. You do not want to go too cold, or you don't want to be so warm that it's not doing you any good. Start at 59 seems to be the thing. That's where I started. I'm at 55, 54, 55. And I'm kind of good there for a while. My goal is to get it down to 50. There are people that say, oh, it's got to be in the 30s to be good. Now, really above mid 40s is been found in studies to be the best. and or early 50s, mid 50s. You don't want to be up over 60 because it loses its effect. But the deal is this. And again, now I was telling you earlier, you can go out the ice plunges and the plunge baths and the coolers are like, some of them are $5,000, some of them are $12,000. Okay, and that's ridiculous. I mean, unless you're buying it for a facility or you own a gym or a medical facility. I stumbled across, and here's another story for you. I stumbled across this company called iPod, or the Pod Company is actually their company, but they have this iPod, and they ship it to you. Fast shipping. Was less than $200, considerably less than $200, and I got the Pro model, which is only like $20 more, because it's got thicker insulation than that. If you're using ice, especially, I live in Florida. It's out on the back porch, which is still a little bit sheltered, but the ice, you'll go through some ice. So I wanted the better one that holds it better, that holds the temperature better. Started out for about a week with the ice, 10 days. It was great, except for I don't like going to the ice maker that much. We have one of those ice places where it spits it out in big bags, so it's pretty convenient rather than having to go to a 7-Eleven or something. But and we have a little ice maker and stuff. But after a while, I was like, nah, I'm buying the chiller. Why? Because I'm a lifer for this. I'm in for life on the cold plunges. But now, when I say this, if you're going to start out with it and you're not sure, hey, some people are going to go all in. You'll get the chiller with it. Start out with doing it with the ice and the water. Just make sure you have that thermometer to make sure that your temperatures are where they're supposed to be. Start out with under a couple $100 to try this out. If you love it after a few weeks and you're staying in, then you order a chiller. And the chillers aren't that expensive. Not the ones that they have. Some of these companies, like I say, there's a company out of Canada that their setup is like $12,000. And it's basically a bathtub and a chiller that's a little bigger than what I have. And I'm like, what the hell? $12,000? No. Take the under 200 option right now. And use my link on the post. So go there, and I'll put the link on the site as well, or on our discussion this morning. If I can find it, I'm going to put it in right now for you. The reason being, couple of things. You can save $10 by using my link, which I really want you to do. I really believe in this. I love this company. Their shipping was mega mondo fast, super easy to deal with, and their product is great for under $200. Man, you could buy it for a loved one or a friend too. Buy one. But the whole point to that, sorry guys, I'm putting these in the chats, the link for that. And it'll be on the post, so you can go back and see the replay and in the post and read the entire article and everything else on the benefits of it. But the deal is, I'm also an affiliate. I do get a small commission. Now, I certainly didn't do that for the commission rate. The commission is very small because the price is very small. I don't gauge what I bring to you by how much commission I'm going to make. Some things I teach you about, guys, I don't even get a commission on. Some things I do, and I disclose it to you. I'm not going to tell you I'm not making a couple dollars on this. Help support the show. Does it make me rich? No. Do I need you to do some coaching with me and get on and do some of my courses at Accelerate Life University to make a living? Yes. But I want to bring you this show cost-free to you. But when you see something you like, order it through my links, please. But the cool thing is you're going to get $10 off on top of it. But I don't recommend this because I'm getting a commission, because it's not that much. I could be an affiliate to the $5,000, $10,000 units. I just can't justify. I'm the coach. I'm going to give you the best option. I don't want you to go spend $5,000 unless there's a good reason for it. Okay? So that's why I bring you this. And I'll always do that. I'm always going to bring you the best option or give you several options so you can decide for yourself. If you want a more expensive one, I'll give you options there. But same thing now when it comes to the saunas. And we'll do heat therapy another day because we're running out of show time here this morning, ladies and gentlemen. But on the saunas, there is a specific company that I deal with when it comes to if you want to get a sauna. And you go, I can order one on Amazon for half the price. And they're cheaply produced. They have chemicals in the wood to preserve it that leach out when you heat like that. They have different types of EMF fields. That is something that I had to go so deep into just to make the decision for my own that I was like, dang, now if you get a sauna down the road, that's going to be a larger investment than this less than $200 cold plunge. I think it's like $149 is what it is, minus your $10. So it's quite a bit less than $200. But my thing is if you're not cold plunging, give it a try, or at least give the cold splash a try. Again, talk to your doctor first. Don't want anybody going, oh my God, I had a health condition that doesn't work with this. I want to give you that link real quick for, where'd it go? Yeah, bear with me a second, guys. I have the link for the video I did on doing the cold plunge. It was a blast. So we're going to copy here. I'll put that in the chat for you. That lets you watch me do the cold plunge and explain it. So when you realize that I'm not sputtering and moaning and groaning, and I am somewhat tough, but I am also not, Mr. Wim Hof, who will go climb a snowy mountain without shoes on. There I draw the line, okay? But, and I got it nice and cold. Watch that little video. It's just a little short, couple minutes short, but I think that you'll get a kick out of it, and I think it'll explain a lot to you. So why did I bring this to you today? Because I wholeheartedly believe it'll increase the quality of your life. Now, I can get on, I know how to turn this on and go, I am excited. I'm going to put on a good show to you guys. I'm going to have energy. I'm going to remember what I want to talk about because it ain't scripted. I do outline what I want to talk about to make sure I don't miss any important, points of, okay, don't forget to tell them about this. Don't forget to tell them to check with their doctor first. That's kind of important. I could get so excited that I would just ramble on. So that's not the key to it. But the key to it is my mind is sharp. Why? I get up, I do celery juice. That flushes out the liver. I do the rebounder. That gets everything moving. I do some yoga because, let's face it, I'm not as young as I used to be. I've done a lot of OCR racing, and I've done a lot of heavy physical work in my life, and I've been injured quite a few times. So I have some injuries that pop up and bite at me and nibble at me. So I do this stuff. So the key to it is, why do I do it? But the cold plunge gives me that energy instead of having to psych myself up to get on the show and have everything written out so I don't forget and everything. I'm ready. My body, my mind, my spirit all matches because I jump in that cold plunge in the morning every single day, and my body and my mind are awakened and sharp, and your spirit. It's fun. It's good for you, and it's like anything else. The first time is always the most scary. The first few seconds when you jump out of an airplane is the, and then you're like, ooh, I'm not falling, I'm flying. A whole different experience. Just try it, guys. If you don't love it and you don't feel better, don't just try it once and go, oh, that was cold and I don't know if I like it. Try it for a while. Commit to 7 or 14 or 30 days, better yet, of doing cold plunge or at least a cold splash. Like I talked about in the shower. If you have questions on this, reach out to me. More than happy to direct you, guide you, talk you through it. But try it out. What do you got to lose? If after 30 days you go, you know what, this has been the most amazing 30 days. I've been clearer minded. I've been resting better. My health is better. Hey, I rarely get sick. You guys know this. You see me every week, every year. Once in a great while, I catch a cold. Just because you cold plunge doesn't mean you're never going to catch a cold. Just because you take oregano oil doesn't mean you're not going to catch a cold ever. It doesn't mean you never stress out. What it does mean is you take every opportunity to keep your body going the best it can. My dad used to, and I'm going to leave you with this today, used to say to us when we were kids, how come there's never time to do it right the first time? There's never time to do the proper preparation for what we do. But there's always time to go back and redo what you didn't do right in the first place, which takes twice as much time. So explain to me again how you either don't have time or you don't have this or you don't have that, but you got time to be down for a week sick. I don't have time to cold plunge 5 minutes a day, but I got time to be sick for a week. I don't have time to take a break when I'm stressed out, but I certainly can take a week off when I'm sick in bed with a thermometer shoved in my mouth going, oh. See? That's my point. Make the time, take the effort, experiment, learn what works for you. And we'll talk more about this because there's a flip side to the coin of the cold therapy, and that's hot therapy, which is usually a little bit more fun, I think. All right, guys. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out here with me, and don't please, hopefully you're not offended by me saying God bless you, because I realize you may call your God or your Creator differently than I do, but I still would like them to bless you, because I love you as brothers and sisters on the face of this earth, no matter what religion you are, no matter what political party you are, no matter how you live or anything else, we're still human beings. Treat each other as such. And remember, that's always a two-way street. Freedom of speech is a two-way street, not just the freedom of what you like, but the freedom of somebody else to say something you don't like and still have the guts or the nuts to step up and support and go, you know what, I support your right to say that even though I don't agree with you. See, you don't have to agree with everything I say. You don't have to agree with my views, but understand that I'm here to help you no matter where our differences are. If you're on this show, you're kindred to me, you're family to me at some level. The world to be everybody agrees on everything and sees everything the same way would be horribly boring vanilla. Okay? It's good to have differences, but it's okay to have differences as long as we still have one common thing that we're not different on. You respect each other for one basic thing. They're a human being. Even if they're not like you, they're a breathing, living human being as well. So treat each other like that. Don't dumb yourself down. Don't go, oh, I can't have my own values or my own beliefs. No. Even if they differ from mine, I'm going to support your right to have them and live them and be you. But be you, a genuine you, but make sure that it's all based on human respect and decency first. Then you can have it out. You can argue about it. Enter any conversation or any community in this world and go, I have some basic respect for the fact you are a living, breathing human being. And there is something good in you, even if I totally disagree with you. How much better would the world be? How much better would we treat each other? And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is the truth is the best thing. You might not like to hear the truth. I may not like to hear the truth. But don't ever compromise yourself by not speaking the truth, being the truth, and being true to you and your Creator. Don't compromise that. Don't ever. Because the truth will prevail in all situations. And the truth is always the good thing. Because based on any religion or any beliefs, I don't think any belief, even if you pray to Mars, okay, that Mars would tell you, I'm being sarcastic, Mars would tell you to be a liar and a deceitful and a thieving person. The only person that does that, or the only power that would do that would be an evil or a devil. Anything that's a good, and, when you look to a higher power that is generally good, would tell you that the truth is what sets you free. The truth is what keeps us going as free, living, happy, community-oriented people that do the right things. All right, enough philosophy for the morning. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams, guys. This is Coach Lew getting ready to sign off this morning. Love y'all. Have an amazing day.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dreams.